I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember it so you don't have to. Well, if you got this DVD, obviously that means you're a very giving person who has no idea how to spend their money. Such thoughtful carelessness must be rewarded. So, I am here to give you the public domain favorite that is Catwomen of the Moon. Before you get too excited to see Michelle Pfeiffer and Anne Hathaway in a skin-tight catsuit. Sorry, I got way too excited to see Michelle Pfeiffer and Anne Hathaway in a skin-tight catsuit. Together. This film has pretty much nothing to do with that. In fact, I actually have no idea why the term Catwomen is used. They don't look or act especially feline. A more appropriate name would be man-bait to lure lonely creepers into paying theater admittance for something to jerk off to tonight. But maybe that wouldn't fit on the poster. It's stupid, it's cheesy, it's full of ridiculous moments, and I'm sure the amount of money you donated was more than this film's entire budget. Let's suffer through it together, my feline space cadets. This is Catwomen of the Moon. Oh, no shit. The R.N. Savini? The R.N. Savini? Oh god, we're in for a treat today. I also like how the story and special effects were done by the same person. Because if anyone's gonna get their masturbation fantasy done right, it's gonna be these disturbed pervs. Insert one lone tear upon seeing Albert Bernstein compose this, and we're ready to start the movie.
The eternal wonders of space and time, the faraway dreams and mysteries of other worlds, other life.
You're entering a world of ridiculousness, like the kind you find in a comic strip on the back of your cereal box.
Why must we wait? Why not now?
Duck Dodgers and the lower than 24 IQ Space Brigade!
Actually, this is our team of astronauts who are making their first groundbreaking trip to the moon. Which that alone definitely dates it. Can you imagine if the real first moon landing had Catwomen involved?
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for man.
Oh my god, Catwomen! Catwomen all around me! Oh my god, get off me! Get off! Oh my god, I am the first man on the moon and getting killed by sexy women! This is the best way to go ever!
What do you know?
As you can see, this is back when spaceships looked like garage haunted houses and sleeping quarters were reduced to the much more cost-effective space hammocks. And they said Gravity was the most realistic space movie. Oh god, just look at her bed hair. Well, good thing anti-gravity blush and hairspray were recommended on this mission.
Oh, brother, am I gonna collect some bets?
The astronauts get up and send their proud words to Earth over the radio.
Helen Salinger, navigator. Hello, Alpha. We're on our way.
Walt Wallace, engineer. We're humming along, folks. That new lubrication by the Delphite Oil Company sure turned the trick.
It worked great on the ship, too.
Our congratulations on your magnificent achievement. You are embarked on a space journey of over 200,000 miles. There must now be added your skill, your courage, and our prayers.
I'd also like to commend your attention to your surroundings, your ability not to let anyone's egos get to their heads, and keep your eyes focused on the mission will get you all medals when you arrive in your unmeteor-damaged ship. Well done.
Well then, we're circling.
Special effects made possible by your compass. Thankfully, they get their ship back in control, the same way I think a game of asteroids gets it back in control, and they continue their way back towards the moon. But hell with the biggest feat mankind has ever taken as a species, let's make some not-so-subtle passes at the other crew members.
You can't turn love on and off like a faucet. Believe me, baby, if I ever fell in love with you, I'd chase you across the world around the moon and all the way stations in between.
Ah, the 50s, when talking like a douchebag stalker was cute. But one of them tries to figure out what Helen meant when she said Alpha.
Who is Alpha?
Alpha?
On the radio you said, Alpha, we're on our way.
I don't remember saying that.
Probably just a touch of space madness. You know, there's one school of thought that we'd all go insane.
Oh god help me if this is all building up to a Power Rangers reunion.
Hello, Alpha. We're on our way.
Aye, 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 Kimberly, you did not age well.
So after they land on Tito Jackson's face, they get ready to go outside and explore.
Without any oxygen, what can you possibly want with cigarettes?
I feel more at home carrying them.
About as silly as that gun, Kip. You know there's no life on the moon.
I guess I'm like Helen. I feel more at home that way.
Ah, yes. I can't see any problems bringing in a no way adapted for space travel firearm. But hey, you never know when you might see one of those moon rats from the DuckTales game.
I feel more at home that way.
And what the hell did he mean he feels more at home that way? Are astronauts really known for carrying guns wherever they go? Well, okay, some, but I still think more questions should be asked here.
I'll go first. You wait here.
So they go outside and take their first steps on the moon. Not as grand as one would think, huh? Did Elmer Bernstein decide to just do the opening credits and then catch the first cab to a career? I wouldn't blame him, but how about some public domain music at the very least?
It works. Come ahead.
Oh yeah, shout louder. I'm sure they'll hear your voice travel in that airtight spacesuit.
Single file.
Thankfully, gravity seems to be pretty heavy on the moon today, and they begin their journey and start looking around. Hey Bill, how come you get the helmet shaped like a fishbowl and I get the one shaped like a minion from Despicable Me? Really? We brought guns and cigarettes to the moon and that's your biggest question? No, but it's the only one I thought we'd get an answer for.
Here we are at the dividing line.
Helen, it appears, notices a cave. Well, not just notices it, feels it, as if she's been there before.
Exactly as I dreamed it. Or did I?
Yeah, You just came into this cave because there's a million rocks that look like penises. So what if I did? No, if I was in love with you. But they make an interesting discovery.
Moisture! It's burning! That means oxygen!
Well, if Prometheus has taught me anything, it's taking off your helmet without doing any kind of double checking is safe, proof, and awesome.
Wait till I tell him I was the first man to breathe on the moon.
As they look around, they start to wonder what kind of life, if any, they would soon discover.
Where there's oxygen, there can be life. And where there's life, there's death.
There you go again, Kip. Why is it that the unknown always frightens people? Why can't we expect love and friendship instead of death?
Says the white person who slaughtered or enslaved anything that ever had different colored skin.
Now, if you don't mind, Laird, I'll take the lead.
But to her credit, yeah, why can't we suspect to find anything kind and peaceful? Like a giant fake spider who eats anything that moves. Boy, even for Shelob's drunken cousin, I expected a little more dignity than this.
Stop! Look out!
Very few people know, but that's actually how the Japanese anime version of Charlotte's Web ended. But other life forms seem to be getting closer as one of them attacks Helen here. Oh no, they marked her with the dreaded car flashlight on hand. Curse.
If we can't go back, the obvious thing to do is go forward.
But that mark seems to give her more and more information. That'll lead them to our femme felines, as they enter a temple where they worship. Well, there's no Halle Berry in there. At least there's some credibility to this religion.
Look, it's all ready for lighting. Bring your cigarettes and matches?
I told you I didn't feel at home without them.
Thank God these things we knew we obviously wouldn't need on this mission, we suddenly need on this mission.
Come on, Doug. Let's look around.
They split up, of course, and one of them is attacked from behind, while Helen just stands there almost hypnotized.
What happened?
Something jumped me.
What sort of thing?
I couldn't tell. I jumped on my back and tried to get at my throat.
But I think it was a curvy, breasty, good-looking thing I want to sleep with.
Spread out quickly.
They split up again, yeah, because it worked so well the first time, and they come across a few more of them. Yoink!
I got one over here!
Let's have a look at it.
But just when it looks like the tables have turned, she slipped the editor a 20 and manages to jump cut her way to freedom. Taking the music with her, apparently. That's probably a good idea, lady. I don't think Bernstein's gonna put this on any compilation soundtrack anytime soon, despite the fact that he's dead. Helen, on the other hand, is getting along great, finding that she has been contacted by this mentally and technologically advanced group of spacewomen. But how is this all possible?
Our ancestors made one fatal error, Helen.
When they discovered that the atmosphere around us was beginning to disappear, they decided to conserve oxygen. Maximum energy reduction. Planned genocide to reduce population. Then, when we discovered we were only postponing the inevitable, it was too late. Our only hope was that a spaceship would come to us.
You know, for a species filled with such advanced intelligence and brain power, their plans seem to have several obvious gaping flaws in it. But then again, so do most people who run the world. I guess it's the curse of any politician.
But my knowledge is limited to navigation.
They will teach us how.
But you said you had no control over them.
Show us their weak points. We'll take care of the rest.
It's strange. I should care what happens to them. And yet I don't.
Sounds like most of my exes. So they decide to be peaceful for the time so they can charm the men to figure out how to fly their spaceship to a planet with atmosphere they can survive in.
May we serve you, Earthmen?
Well, thanks, Amanda.
Come, sit down.
Delighted.
Wow, we should blindly accept what's put in front of us more often.
Incidentally, where are your menfolk?
We scientists love using technical terms like menfolk or women fellers.
Ours died off when I was still a child.
Gee, it's a lucky thing we came along. Oh, I mean, so you'd know what a man looks like.
Let's fuck.
I'm sorry about your menfolk, Lambda.
But stubborn old McGun in his crotch can't find the nerve to enjoy their company. But that's nothing a slow camera tilt up can't fix.
We call these things sleigh bracelets. They're made out of gold sometimes.
Gold? Why?
For the carriage trade. Plenty expensive.
Gold. But it's so common.
Gold common?
We don't even bother to dig it.
You mean it just hangs around loose?
Uh-oh, I smell the plot of a Daffy Duck cartoon coming up.
You take me aboard your rocket ship. I'll show you the cave of gold.
Well, technically I'm not allowed to bring unauthorized personnel into the ship, but they never said anything about unauthorized alien women before. However, some feel this isn't as pleasant as they're making it out to be.
Now then, which side are you on?
I didn't know we had sides.
I'm convinced you deliberately led us into this.
So, with the precious time he has, our astronaut has to either devise an escape plan or get some nookie. Nookie wins. But just like any feline, her greatest nemesis rears its ugly head. The laser pointer.
Let's get back to Earth first.
Sure, look, tell me. How do these catwomen intend to play their hand?
Wait a minute. Why did he just now call them catwomen? They were never called that before. Did they do anything to warrant that name? Imagine if you were in a scene like this and someone bursted out a random animal as the name of your enemy. Oh, Adam, what are we gonna do? I don't know, but these Chihuahua ladies are not gonna get the best of me. Wait, the what? Chihuahua ladies. Why are you calling them Chihuahua ladies? Well, women always reminded me of Chihuahuas. How the hell do women remind you of Chihuahuas? Well, they're usually shorter than me. There's lots of things shorter than you, Adam. Why a Chihuahua? Really, there's no reason. It's just so random. I mean, out of all the animals, why a Chihuahua? It's just... I always wish my mother was a Chihuahua! You're seeing a therapist when we get home. That goes without saying! So while they're trying to figure out an escape plan, Doofus McDummy starts showing the other women how to pilot the shuttle.
The speed control retarder, the stabilizer, and the cutoff.
Thank God years and years of astronaut training can be summed up in one 10-minute conversation. But hey, he's more intelligent than he looks. That's why he says such charming lines like this.
You're too smart for me, baby. I like 'em stupid.
Not me. I smart. I show obvious bad ladies how to pilot ship to get gold and touch lady parts, but only if they're stupid lady parts. But let's get to the most important and meaningful part of the movie. This totally unimportant and meaningless dance number. You know, is this really what did it for guys back then? Dry, interpretive, synchronized swimming? I guess men had some very specific tastes back in the 50s. Now if they threw in a monkey and a ketchup bottle, then it'd be hot. You're seeing a therapist when we get home. That goes without saying. So Doofus is shown where all the gold is, which looks a whole lot like, well, rocks, as he's literally stabbed in the back, which looks more like an annoyance than a life-ending action. Oh, you know, I had a sunburn right there. God, you better pray I'm not gonna tweet all 3 of my followers about this. But, get a load of this, in just one day, one of the astronauts and one of the Catwomen instantly fall in love. Oh, I didn't know this was a Disney film.
No, please save yourself.
From what?
From me. Because I love you, Doug. Yet I must kill you.
Again, like many of my exes. But when she confesses her love, she's met with much hostility.
It just so happens you can't leave without us. And I won't tell you why.
Lambda, you will tell me why.
You think you can force me? My will is just as strong as yours.
Did you see that in the back row? Did you see that I slapped her? I can make it bigger if you want. You want me to make it bigger? It was too big? Fuck it, we shot it already. But once again, they get Helen over on their side, which leads only the lovebird to try and convince them to stop their evil ways.
Stay here.
You will come with us.
Don't listen. Stand firm.
Ah, yes, the brilliant and advanced Catwomen taken out by a rock. Hey, careful, I think they got all the styrofoam on one side in that. But that's okay, because literally the exciting climax of this film is told entirely off screen. No, I'm not even kidding. Listen.
Doug, the Catwomen are dead. Helen's all right.
Oh, wait! No! They're back up! And they summoned a gigantic Catwoman army! Oh my god, I don't know how we're going to... Well, wait a minute! Oh my god, all our futuristic spaceships have come to our aid! There's lasers, explosions, mountains and mountains of fiery death! Oh, thank god you're not seeing any of this, or else your mind would explode from how incredibly awesome it is! Wow! So they snap Helen back to normal, get back into their ship, and head back home, more like they suffered a bad vacation rather than destroying the most incredible scientific discoveries of our age.
But what happened?
That is a long story. Over to you now.
We're off to make the Jetsons animation look credible! And that was Catwomen of the Moon. And you know, for a movie called Catwomen of the Moon, it's still pretty awful. But it is a film at least that's fun to watch. It's a classic case of so bad it's good, with constant bad lines, hokey acting, and super silly effects. If hilariously bad movies is your thing, then this is certainly one of the holy grails of awfulness. I'm the Nostalgia Critic, and if you'll excuse me, I have some dry interpretive synchronized swimming to get to.
You're too smart for me, baby. Not like I'm stupid.